commanders of the military very well. I never thought that they would allow themselves to be used in this way. That doesn't mean that President Trump wouldn't try. I believe that he would try because the president is a violent man. He is not a well man. He is somebody who is capable only of thinking about himself, nothing else, and nobody else. So he is capable of everything. Now, the larger story at this point isn't President Trump, because we know really well who he is. He's made it really clear for a very long time who he is. The larger story at this point is the story of his enablers, those people who should know better, whether they're members of Congress, whether they're senior administration officials, his inner circle, they should know better. And they bear a lot of blame here.
Congressman Crow, I'm going to ask you one last question before we let you go, which is just for Americans who are watching this at home right now, who are unnerved by the fact that you're in a secure, undisclosed location while we're talking to you, and unnerved by these images that we're seeing. What do you have to say to people watching this at home, wondering how this will end?
Yeah, well, the message is clear that our country is strong. We will endure. We've been through crisis. And the reason I'm talking to you right now is to deliver that message, that the vast majority of the American people, the vast majority, are great, honorable, courageous, good people. And their will be done. Their voices will be heard. Their votes will be counted. And we will move forward. We undoubtedly have a lot of work to do in our country to figure out how we respond to this and how we do the repair work that we need to do. But we will prevail. We will go back to the Capitol. We will finish the work of the people.
Congressman Jason Crow of Colorado, thank you, sir. We appreciate it. Stay safe and stay apprised as this day continues to unfold. Brian, back to you.
Thank you.
Rachel, thank you. Congressman, thank you. Let's bring in Leon Panetta, who has about the most distinguished resume of any living Democrat, former CIA director, former Pentagon secretary, former head of OMB, former White House chief of staff, but perhaps most important for this moment and this conversation is the many terms he spent representing his district in California in the House of Representatives. And Mr. Secretary, it's on that basis that I ask your reaction to this horrible and depressing turn of events today.
Brian, in my over 50 years of public life, I never expected to see the kind of scenes that I'm seeing today with an insurrection taking place at the Capitol of the United States. It's a moment where you know that indeed our democracy is fragile, but there's a concern that if we don't take the steps now to try to restore order and get back to the business of the country and allow this thing to kind of continue, that it literally could undermine our democracy itself.
Just as you could not have foreseen guns drawn on the House floor, just as you could not have foreseen your former fellow colleagues in the House putting on oxygen hoods in the balcony, you probably couldn't have foreseen the calls that are going on back and forth, in some cases, between sitting members of Congress and General Mark Milley, the sitting chair of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. In your view, since the Pentagon has been invoked and since we've been led to believe the cavalry's coming, we've seen some men and women in BDUs in the hallways inside. What should the role of the Pentagon be on a night like tonight?
Well, as you saw, 10 of the former secretaries of defense, including myself, wanted to make very clear that there is no role for the military in terms of deciding an election outcome. I think we were very concerned that the kind of scenes we're seeing now might justify an act by the president to basically use the military for that purpose. I think this is a moment where we've got to rely on the National Guard. We've got to rely on law enforcement to restore order, and that there is no role for the military at this point in time. I do think that ultimately order will be restored, and Congress will go back to the business of deciding who our next president should be. That is really the fundamental objective right now. Let's get back to the business of governing in our democracy.